Hey, what's up, friends? Welcome back to the Kevirsyle Network. My name is Kevin Davis, and I am your host. I am an author, entrepreneur, comic creator, and a go-giver, as I've been told. And today's guest is a new good friend of mine, Kerry Chugg. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hi, Kevin. Yeah, we've been following each other on Instagram, I'd say at least 2 years,
Really, it's been that long already.
I think.
Well,
But
I'm like, time
yeah, actually,
does fly. Time does fly.
yeah, in social media, our paths have crossed a lot. So here's our first face
First
to
official
face.
meet. Oh yeah. Man, it's such a small world. Man, how you doing today, brother?
We're hanging in there. It's Christmas season, and yeah, I totally
Oof.
get into it. And uh, as much as I love the season, I hate to see it go by. And
Right. And it goes by so fast. It
yeah,
comes so fast too. So it's like everything just goes so freakishly fast, like a flash of lightning.
yes.
It's, I understand completely. Man, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
So I live in Ogden, Utah. My day job is I'm part of the health insurance industry, and health benefits specialist is the title. Uh, my wife, we've been married 22 years. We have 3 kids, my son, 2 daughters, and my wife. I mean, my whole love of superhero and comics in general. I mean, she knew up front before we even started recording that I was into it, and somehow we kept going. I mean, this much it can be said that she's into it. That you know, she'll say that Christopher Reeve is to her the best Superman, and Adam West is the best Batman.
Huh.
So yeah, it's not like she's completely in the dark over all that.
I'm going to be Michael Keaton is the best Batman for me. um, Christopher Reeves is an awesome Superman. But my favorite has been Henry Cavill. I'm not gonna lie. And I actually never read any Superman comics, so I can't really like take from the comics. I'm more of an outsider of it.
Right.
But I really enjoyed Henry Cavill's Superman a lot, and I've seen all the Superman movies, but I really enjoy Man of Steel, and I love James Gunn's Superman too,
Right.
and I love Brandon Ruth's Superman Returns, since that was originally supposed to be like a sequel to Christopher Reeve's Superman, I think, from what I heard, or
Right.
something like that. But yeah, Batman is Michael Keaton is my favorite all time favorite Batman. Oh, who would you like your favorite Batman or Superman?
So honestly, I mean, now Michael Keaton, I can see that he has a huge fan following, and that's all great.
Mhm.
I enjoy Batman. I say okay, Batman 1989 pretty good. Uh, Batman Returns not bad, and
Yeah.
I do love the mannerisms of Keaton. And I mean, you're talking to somebody who was a major gym rat uh, during his high school days, and I'm really invested in the physical aspect of Batman.
Mhm.
So I can only go so far as Keaton is concerned. And honestly, I can't really say who I like the most between Bale, Affleck, and Pattinson. And while Pattinson wasn't hugely muscular, he was. I still think he was in really good shape,
Yes. Yeah.
Batman
I
shape.
agree.
So the physicality, if it's emphasized a lot, and if you still get the pathos and all that, then I totally love it. And for that reason, it's kind of a three-way tie: Bale, Affleck, uh, Pattinson.
That's
Uh,
interesting.
Superman.
Well, oh, sorry.
Uh, it's kind of the same thing between Reeve, Cavill, and uh, Corn Sweat. But I mean, uh, I can't decide on an all-time favorite movie.
Mm,
So, and it feels like I kind of gnaws at me not being able to do that. So I designate a movie of the year, and Christopher Reeve, 1978, that's movie of the year. Henry Cavill, 2013, that's movie of the year.
Hmm.
Yeah, this year belongs to Corn Sweat.
Interesting, man. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen so much division until with this Superman saga when Concept movie came out.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm like, I've seen one side say Man of Steel was accurate, more accurate than the other side see that Concept was more accurate. And saying no, it's Christopher Reeves is the always the most accurate. I'm sorry, I can't say which one's accurate because I never read either the comics. I'm just a moviegoer. I've seen each one of them,
well,
and I'm pretty sure you. I was like, you read the comics, right? So I was like,
not entirely, but I can tell you
Okay.
that.
Like, what's your take on this? Like, this accuracy of each one? Because I was
Well,
like, dude, this is crazy.
I mean, I think Henry Cavill was a different animal.
Hmm.
I can hardly line him up with any uh, particular writer or artist's approach to him. But I do think that here's what bothers me. I mean, you're talking about so much hate for Corn Sweat. I remember. Uh, I mean, I think this was a big part of what brought down the message boards in IMDb
Hmm.
of how toxic it got, because the toxicity over Cavill was just unbelievable. With the haters just saying you have no right to call Man of Steel a good movie. I mean, some of the most
I think that hate was mostly because of Zack Snyder, but
it could
yeah.
be, it could be, but I mean, you know, and so many people say Cavill wasn't a hopeful Superman, and I mean, I totally I can't imagine Christopher Reeve's Superman existing in the world that Henry Cavill Superman existed in, and not being able to be any more hopeful, because
Hmm.
there was so much suspicion and disdain for him in that universe. So you can't really judge that by the Superman, but how what he deals with is a big
Hmm.
part of that. So Cavill, that I think they made it work. I love the whole approach of what he dealt with, as far as helping people in every way he can, in spite of so much suspicion and hate for him.
Hmm. Yeah, that's why I like Man of Steel a lot because I felt like I still felt a little bit of hope in Man of Steel,
Right,
even though people say it was like too dark. And it's like, well, I was like, my point of view is like, you need some darkness in order to like show the hope and
right,
light.
right,
And I think that's what Zach was trying to do with Superman, like Man of Steel and everything.
right.
And so that's why I gravitate towards a lot of Man of Steel and Cavill's Superman. And I was like, Corn Sweat, he's pretty cool too as Superman. I was like, James Gunn did his part. I still felt a bit of hope with Superman because of the message he gave in the Superman movie.
Yeah,
Of course, he had to be some jokes in there randomly, which was actually pretty funny at times.
right.
But I was like, well, I still love them. I still love them both. I was like, I'm not like one of those that's like um, going in like hating on something just because. I was like, I like to be entertained and just have fun. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm a laid back person. I just want to have
same
fun.
here.
I don't care who playing who. I was like, I'm going to freaking watch a movie. Y'all can argue with yourselves. Uh, so I was like, what's up, pops? Um, and since we talking about superheroes, let's go to Marvel for a minute.
Okay.
We know Doomsday is out in 12 months,
Yeah.
exactly 12 months from now. What's like your level of excitement for Doomsday since they're bringing Doctor Doom into the MCU? And how did you feel about them casting Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom from the Fantastic Four universe? Since this is not the main timeline Doom.
I mean, it. I saw Fantastic Four. Hi John. I saw Fantastic Four, and totally said, okay, and, we got to learn to have that flavor for it. And
Mhm.
so I wonder how they're going to mix in Doom with that.
Mhm.
And I mean, I had several conversations with fanboys a lot, and for a long time there was a big consensus that once one superhero, never another, or
Mm,
never another, never suddenly a supervillain.
mm,
But our perception of I think we're pulling back from that. And so, I mean, have Robert Downey Jr. Let's pretend that he was Iron Man. He was cast as Iron Man in like 1999. He
mm,
played him then, and then 2008 they made him Doctor Doom. I don't think we were ready. I don't. They would say no, he can't be Doctor Doom after he's been Iron Man. I think I think we had to change our perception of how many characters an actor can play. So I
mm,
think I like how we see that application here. And
mm,
I mean, Robert Downey Jr. He's a tremendous actor,
mm,
and so I don't doubt that he's going to be able to do Doctor Doom. And I'm kind of I've I think I can count on. I think I need two hands at least. I can say at least need two hands to count uh, how many comics I've read with Doctor Doom in them. But I've gotten the gist that I mean he's the ultimate narcissist megalomaniac, and
mm,
uh, I, I don't get. I mean, in every iteration of Doctor Doom, they don't seem to want to try to do that. I mean, here's such a
mm,
rich personality, that you can put in here. The narcissism, the hatred of one other character in the case of Reed Richards.
mm.
I mean, it's such a rich cornucopia of character that you can make here, and we're hoping that this is the first time that they truly embody that.
Yeah, that's interesting because in each Fantastic Four iteration, I've always heard people say they never get Doctor Doom right.
Right? Not even
And
close.
I've always questioned, I was like, okay, who is Doctor Doom? Because I'm still an outsider. I've never read the comics. So
Right?
I'm like, so who is Doctor Doom and like how is he supposed to be portrayed?
Right? And I mean, his whole gist is that he's power hungry, and I
Mm,
guess we kind of got that with Julian McMahon. It felt
mm.
that way, and
Rest in peace to him.
right, and and I keep forgetting the name of the guy who was in Pant Four Stick, as they call it. I mean, uh, uh, you
Shit.
don't even know truly what his personality was because we
Uh,
only got maybe 5 minutes of him.
good
You know,
point. Good point. You talking about the Fantastic Four from 2015, right?
yeah,
God, I hate it. I'm like, I have to admit, I hated that one. Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah,
Like that, I was so disappointed. I was like, dude, what in the world is this? I was
yeah.
like, all right, but I was glad I did not waste my money watching it in theaters. I
Same here.
watched it at home,
Same here.
and I was like, dude, I freaking love the Fantastic Four. Now from the original, and then the Jessica Alba one, and then they make this one. I was like, bruh, what the crap, dude? Like, what the crap is this?
And
And I was like, I love the actors in the movie, but
yeah,
y'all just wasted their talents.
they
But
did.
I
They
was
did.
like, why did they accept this script? Like, come
Right.
on, man,
Yeah.
man. And then even we're talking about division, even with the Doomsday coming 12 months, I've seen so many people hating on Marvel again and saying, "What was the point of Endgame then?" and yada yada yada, and
Yeah.
saying and seeing these teasers being leaked talking about that Steve Rogers will return, and people's like, "Okay, what's the point?" Like, Sam is Captain America now. I was like, "Do you read? It said Steve Rogers returns. It didn't say him as Captain America." And they're probably just showing an update of where he is now since he went back home
Right.
and showing what happened with him before he got old and in game.
Right.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, y'all! I'm like, people really get so emotionally attached to stuff.
Right.
It really ruins the fun of anything
It,
sometimes.
it does. It does.
But then again, it doesn't ruin the fun for me. I was like, while y'all complaining and crying, I'm going to enjoy my time and actually not get emotionally attached to stuff because I like
Yeah.
to have fun. So
Right. Same
I was
here.
like, and plus, no one's forced you to watch it. So if you want to be angry about it, stay at home.
Yeah.
Easy as that. Don't spend your money. Like, People like me that don't really get attached to anything, we're gonna go enjoy our time.
Right. And yeah,
And I saw the like strategy that Marvel was like release or Disney releasing like four trailers in like Avatar Fire and Ash preview. So you have to go like one trailer for 1 week, another trailer for another week, and I'm like, that's weird, but is that a good marketing strategy though? If
you never
that's
know.
true,
The market,
because I was like, because not a lot of I'm like, I mean, a lot of people will go is going to see Avatar. Avatar, I freaking love Avatar.
right.
But it's an interesting strategy. I think I'm not sure if it's a good one, but it's. What do you think about that?
Well, that's the hardest thing because I can't believe how often the trends change.
Yeah.
Where
Right.
something you figured out was perfect a month ago.
Mm.
You're 2 weeks too late for that to be the right flavor of the month.
Right.
And
Oh my lord.
yeah, so they never know what how it can be received by everybody, and I mean, technology or new ideas. I mean, 6-7.
Oh my god,
Bring
not
that
the 6-7.
up.
Jesus Christ.
It
That's
comes out
gotten
of
so
nowhere.
annoying. That got so annoying. Oh my god.
So
Oh my god.
yeah, I, I mean, nobody can predict anything. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
marketing is a gamble.
It really is. It really is. It's just really interesting. I can't wait to go see Avatar Fire and Ash. I've seen people only complain about Avatar because of how long it is.
Yeah,
I was like, and then I was like, I'm like 3 hours isn't even that bad. I
yeah.
was like, I would happily sit. I mean, I've happily sit through 3 hours for a movie that grabs my attention. That's why I've seen each Avatar, and they're about that long, and I enjoyed every single one of them. And I can't wait to go see that Fire and Ash for those 3 hours because I'm like, one, I need a long break from reality for a minute. If I'm going to be honest.
I mean, I let the first one slip by 2009, and I mean, I have Disney Plus, and it seems like I should get that out of my system. I haven't yet. Just like I've never even jumped on the Fast and Furious train ever. So
Hey, it's everything's not for everybody because I'm a
right,
fan of Fast and Furious too. I mean, even though I know how ridiculous it gets, but I'm still a fan of it.
right.
Everything is not for everybody. So I'm
Who
not
knows?
gonna I'm not gonna force anybody to watch something I like
Right.
because if we all like the same thing, life would be freaking boring.
It would. And
I was like, we're all human and we enjoy different things, and that's what makes us unique.
I mean, I don't know. I'm there's always that possibility. I give it a chance. Just in some ways, it feels like I'd be stepping in and be overstimulated. But
Yeah, that can happen. That's understandable, man. And you actually write comics yourself, right?
yes,
Hey, can you
that's
tell us a bit about your background in comic books? Like when you're writing, like what's your process?
so. I mean, I had been writing a bunch of scripts, and it took me forever to figure out. Oh, okay, there's a way to self-publish because nobody, the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing in the world to get into, even what are, look like small publishers. Hound Comics,
Hmm.
and you pick that up in the application process. That they ask for how much experience you have in writing comics before, so that you're competing that, and this is my first title, so. So I said, okay, got to take the self-publishing route. I go to Kablam, which ultimately, gets marketed out as Indie Planet, and
Right. Yeah.
I got all these pages that a hired artist had drawn for me, and it's got this thing. It's got to be formatted perfectly and everything like that. And I had not the faintest idea what I'm supposed to do. And I mean, I know
Yeah.
now that getting Photoshop uh, would do that, but because everything has got to be the right dimension, and it's got to be the dots per inch, the 300 DPI. And I thought, how do you change that? And of course, Photoshop does that. But then I
Right.
I learned
Yeah.
about GIMP, which you can get for free. You just got to make sure you don't get the one. I mean, there are a bunch of copycats out there that will give you
Oh boy.
malware.
Oh
So you
boy.
got to make sure you're at the site to download it. Yeah, you know,
Gotcha.
you can avoid you can avoid my hurdle and just go to GIMP. Make sure you're on the website, download it, and you've got the just what you need to format it. You're welcome.
I never heard of that one. I'm not. Let's check that out. Interesting. So as you actually published your first comic or comics already?
Yes. So I 3-part miniseries so far. It's Sledge. He is a crime fighter.
Ooh, crime fighter. Nice.
I like to think more. I can't escape it being fitting the criteria for superhero. I like to think more so crime fighter, but I said, okay, well, what can I find any speculative science for it? And that okay, a physics major friend I had, he told me, okay, there's theory of gravitons, and if you can reverse the polarity of gravitons, you can fly.
Mm,
And uh, then, and I ran by him the how he would be bulletproof. He has a pulsating sensor that knows about oncoming projectiles and will form a force shield in front of it.
mm.
And he said, that he this physics major friend of mine, he said, yeah, go with that. So I said, okay, if he thinks it works, I'll say it works. So his real name is Carl Eisenberg,
Okay.
and he trained himself. He went to the Batman training. He's a supreme athlete. He has great strength, stamina, and combat. I try to be a little bit more realistic, where he masters a few rather than all of them.
Hmm, there you
So I chose Krav Maga, boxing, and the Greek pancration. It's a wrestling, grappling type of martial
go.
art.
I've never heard of that one. Interesting. There's so many styles of martial arts. It's
Yes,
crazy. Good lord.
yes, and so I thought I'd
Man.
focus on ones that know how to do it. I mean, Krav Maga, it makes the most of your surroundings.
Hmm.
Boxing, literally, that's you know how to make the most of your punch.
Right.
And pancratian, yeah, that's being able to know exactly what to grab when opportunity presents itself.
Interesting. Are you a kickball or Street Fighter fan too?
Uh, no, but
Like, interesting. Okay.
I mean, I've done my homework on it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's necessarily the best thing for his body type,
Got it. Okay.
but who
Okay.
knows?
That makes
I,
sense.
I
That
thought
makes
those were
sense.
good martial arts for him to master, and
Wow.
and
Is
yeah,
oh sorry.
but and I mean, at first I had him in a spandex shirt and spandex shorts, just like what bikers wear, along with the mask.
Heck yeah.
And I mainly because again, I was a gym rat, so I love the whole mesomorphic form. And but over time, I thought, let's make him practical, and
Mm,
so I decided he would wear military pants, military type of T-shirt, and
mm,
a harness, a belt with suspenders with pouches, like a harness. I mean, I had
that's
figured
awesome.
that out before they had Christian Bale's pre-Batman wear that type of thing. I promise you, I figured that out first. Yeah,
God, yeah.
and yeah, when I saw that, I thought when I saw what his pre-Batman outfit was in Batman Begins, I was
Mm,
a little bit nervous because it was similar, even though
mhm.
he wears a T-shirt. But it's that type of harness. He wears a cowl, basically a Batman cowl without the ears.
That's freaking cool. That's really freaking cool.
Thank
And
you.
so for your character, is your character like inspired by Batman or like what like is there like other character that inspires you to create your character for your story?
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause since you mentioned Batman, it's like is there like other aspects or like other characters that you
yeah,
like got inspired by?
I like to sum him up as poor man's Iron Man, uh, gadget enhanced Batman, artificial Superman, and Peter Parker unable to get the spider bite, so he became a gym rat.
Wow, that's one way to put it.
I mean, I don't believe in
Interesting.
any that there's any such thing as true originality. So I think the closer you'll get, the closer to that, the more inspirations you have that went into it.
Yeah, I think art you get inspired by art all the time.
Yeah.
And like for me, when I'm like creating my characters, I get inspired by so many characters from across TV and movies all the time.
Right.
And and the way I in my process, I take like a concept from one project from like one movie and probably like from another movie or a TV show,
Mhm.
and I mash them together and like, make it my own original thing and put my own spin on it
Right.
and not plagiarize.
Right.
And because I've been told I have a crazy imagination, but
Well.
like by my artists that draws my stuff, um, and later I can take a horror movie and like a comedy movie and make a horror comedy my own.
Right.
And every day I'm always like trying to think about like how I can challenge my writing. I'm a big horror fantasy fan, and that's my strong suit in writing is writing horror and fantasy, and it's not in like science fiction and stuff. But I'm getting into like trying to write some comedy or some dramas, and I even started writing a romance out the blue just to diversify my writing skill.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to like be like a one trick pony as people say, or like be like stagnant in just one area. Because I don't want to be like known as the guy that writes horror or like writes fantasy.
Right.
Like I want to be known as someone that can tell the story and just be able to inspire someone to read and have fun and just be able to grow their imagination somehow. And I did not grow up on comics at all.
Right.
I didn't know they were a medium. Like I've been a Marvel and DC fan for a long time because I watched their animation shows, their movies, and their live action TV shows and everything. And then even I watched Hellboy, GI Joe, and like even Sonic, and I didn't know they have comic forms of them.
Right.
And found out about comics in around 2020 when COVID hit, and I didn't want to sit around the house watching TV, and because that's too much. That's all that media in my brain, and just basically rotting my brain because media has gotten really annoying.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to branch out and like start reading more. And like I read novels like Percy Jackson novels, Harry Potter, heck, even Narnia,
Right.
um, and different types of novels I can get my hands on. And then I found out about Marvel Comics and DC Comics. And then I looked I bought like their digital uh properties. I didn't buy the physicals because I didn't know if I was gonna like the comics. So I checked out the digital.
Hmm.
And so I went to for DC, of course, Batman, Superman. I went to Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman, um, who, heck, even Constantine. I didn't even know was a freaking comic. I'm a I'm a huge fan of Constantine, and dude, it's been. And then I found out about Sandman. I think it was published by DC. And I was like, dude, what in the world? I didn't even know all these books existed. And then I found out Hellboy is a comic by Mike Mignola. I think he published at Dark Horse. And then I found out about Dark Horse, IDW, Boom Studios, um, so many other companies. And then I heard about independent comics when I heard about Ace Blade or Black Sands Entertainment and um, so on and so forth. And I started buying the physical copies of independent comics because they look way cooler. I'm not gonna lie. And there on my shelf, if you can see my shelf right now across from me, it's legit full of independent comics that I bought over the couple of years since I've been in the industry now. And I took my time um, studying like how do comics come to life,
Right.
and then I learned about you have to write a script. I was like a freaking movie or a TV show.
Got to
It was
format it different.
and right, right. There's a guess, but it's in a different format. You have to structure it as panels and not just straight down the line like a movie script. You have to go by
Well,
panels.
have you heard of the Marvel method?
No.
That that was something where you write out it's plot first,
Mm,
and you're given some. I think they're given some latitude where they can describe maybe pages, but
mm,
generally they lay out the plot and the artist draws accordingly, and then you put in the captions there.
hmm. That actually
And,
makes more sense.
and
I wish I
actually,
knew that at the beginning. Like at the
I mean,
beginning. That's
the story goes that Stan Lee started it because he was the only writer, at least for a while.
uh,
So he didn't have time to write full scripts. So he said, okay, we're going to take the plot this way. Told that to each
mm,
of the artists, and then he would write in the captions afterward that way.
wow.
So yeah,
Oh,
that's the Marvel method.
that's an interesting method. I might attempt that one day. I might attempt it. But I spent like a good 2.5, 3 years learning the process of comic making,
Hmm.
and I started my first production of my comic Arcfire in 2023 and released it in 2024.
You didn't waste time.
Yeah, because I am a quick learner, so I when I read the information and I grasp it, and then I started to apply it, and I practice over and over again until like I feel confident about it.
Right.
And now 3 years into my career, I count 2023 as like actually my official start in the comic industry because that's when I actually like started my first comic.
Right.
Um, and it's been such a blast.
Yes.
And I freaking love writing my own stories.
Same here.
And I've also got to the point where I was like, I am tired of Hollywood with all these rehashes and reboots and remakes and yada yada yada. And I was like, why am I waiting for someone to tell the story that I want to see when I can just make it myself? I was like, yes, it's gonna take a process. I have to build my platform. I was like, hell, I'd rather work and build my own platform than waiting on somebody else to make something I want to see.
Right.
And it's like I'm still gonna watch the movies, but I still want to explore my own imagination. And it's
Right.
like, because now as a writer, I kind of go into like watching shows, and I was like, if this was my show, I would have tweaked it this way, and I feel like it would have flowed better.
And I think that's one of the things that may tell you that you have writing potential is that the ideas that come into your head of what you think could work.
Mm, oh
And
yeah, oh yeah. I was like, because I was like, even though I'm enjoying the product that this creative team made, I was like, if this is my show, I think it would have made it a little slightly less confusing if you went this linear route,
mhm,
because people will get confused from this if they don't critically think about what you're saying in the story.
mhm,
But to make it slightly less confusing, it would have been better if you went this route, and it would
mhm,
have been a better linear story without having to jump back and forth
mhm.
and like take The Richer for example. The first season was so jumpy back and forth timeline wise. It's like you're in this year, I was like that was tacky. If I'm gonna be honest, that was really tacky.
Mhm.
I was like, dude, y'all, why didn't y'all take your time with this like at all? I was like, you could make this one linear story and having jumping back and forth between timelines all at once, like it's a multiverse thing. And it's like, dude, that was a headache watching the first season. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
yeah,
But and my sister had to break it down and say, "Oh, this is the character from this timeline," and I'm like, "Why the hell can they just show a simple flashback and
right.
like or something's like, dude, that was Jesus Christ. I don't know why they went that route, but it worked for them. I'm like, I just started the fourth season with the new Richard that took over after Henry Cavill. It doesn't feel the same, but I'm gonna still watch it because I'm gonna watch to the end to see how the series ends. Um, man, but yeah, ever since I started professionally writing, I watch things differently now.
So do I.
It's like I have a fan eye and then I have a writer's eye, and then like when I watched the Corn Sweat Superman, I was like, that joke wasn't really necessary in that moment. You could have took that out and just put something else that's not a jokey reference or something,
Right.
and then and like Peacemaker, I was like, James, why the hell did you have to do that in that episode? Like, why did you have to do all of that in the freaking episode? I'm like, you could have shown his, I guess, sexuality a different way and not make an entire like a porno.
I kind of felt that way with the
um,
Arrowverse.
yes, yes, I did too. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
pilot, each case, the start of the series, I felt like it was being info dumped to death.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the
And
first episode, come on, can we? You know,
and
is
I
every watcher is allergic to a slow burn?
right, right. Especially the first few seasons of The Flash were very good, but after Crisis, I stopped watching it.
Got repetitive,
Yes, way too repetitive. I was like, why y'all keep bringing back the same old villains from the past just to
right?
gotta get revenge and
And I got
yada yada yada.
I got sick of. I mean, I think it was maybe the fourth time, the big threat was coming, and something out there that was that calculated. Oh, there's
Yeah,
no solution. We have no solution. There, it's inevitable that it's doom, and the resolution didn't really feel like it was that complicated.
it was not that complicated at all. They over exaggerated that so bad. It got so annoying.
It did.
And then with Arrow, they milked they milked that cow very badly. Oh
It
my
did.
god.
It did.
Especially in I don't know which season, but the villain was the dragon. He called himself the dragon.
Yeah.
And so he should have died episodes ago. But they kept drawing him out. I was like, I knew they was gonna do that. I'm like, that was so I was like, dude, this is so freaking pathetic.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I get you have to have character arcs, but this arc could have ended like a whole season ago.
It did.
It's like I'm like, this is legit just a filler season. I'm like, that's sad. I have to say that, but that's like a filler season just to throw something in there.
Right.
And that's why I think the best Arrowverse show was Superman and Lois because Superman and
It was.
Lois was the most linear, intense, beautiful storytelling. I was
Mhm.
like, they must have different writers on this show because
It
this
did.
does not feel the same
Yeah.
as as the other shows on in the Arrowverse. And I was like, dude, because it wasn't repetitive. It had a different villain each time. And I was like, dude, finally it's something refreshing.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
But
And
I'm like, I was sad that it ended, but I'm also happy it ended because they would have. I think they would have milked it if they went longer.
yeah, they knew.
But
Yeah, they knew it was time. To
yeah,
kill it good.
so 4 seasons that was actually great because I can go back and watch it and enjoy it all over again.
Mhm.
And and Batwoman was the worst one for me, especially with the drama behind the scenes. And Batwoman was I that was so boring. I really couldn't get into that
I
whatsoever.
I think I got through half an episode.
Dude, you did better than me. I was like, you did better than me. I think at least I saw like the highlights of like the no wait no I think I watched the full no wait actually did I? No I didn't. No I didn't. I think I watched the highlights of the first season. I don't think I actually watched the full episodes. And then I saw the cast the new casting. I was like I still don't care. I'm not gonna waste my time. And the show Titans I actually really liked.
I didn't.
I
I never saw that.
it's pretty interesting. I have to watch the final season because I haven't watched the final season yet. Doom Patrol was pretty interesting.
Never saw that.
Um, I would love to get your thoughts if you have time to check it out. I would love to get your thoughts, see what you think about it.
Okay.
If it piques your interest. But
Let's see.
it was it was interesting. I'm not gonna hype it up because it's not really hype worthy if I put it away. But it was an interesting different take. I'll say that.
Okay.
Um, but if you ever interested in watching it, I would love to hear your thoughts about it. Um, but yeah, I think for me, I feel like Marvel had like the best movies, but DC had more of the best shows in a way, kind of, sort of. Well, yeah, kind of, sort of, yeah. I think
I,
yeah,
I lost track.
Yeah, like Marvel, but I think both sides have really good animations though. I really love the
They do.
animations.
They do.
Both sides have really beautiful animations. And I was just told to go check out some Batman animation movies I have not seen about I forgot, damn it. Was it Absolute Batman or something? Or Absolute I, for-
Yeah,
I forgot the name. I
yeah.
forgot the name. But yeah, I'm yeah. So like what's like your favorite thing when about superheroes that really attracts you to it?
So
What you think that's missing in like this current Marvel era, like current DC era that you think that's missing that really needs to because I hear you think about superhero fatigue or like do you even think that's a thing? Or like
well,
what's your take?
I mean, I agree with what's being said before. Is that I mean, James Gunn says that he doesn't believe in superhero fatigue.
Mm,
He just believes that there was that perception because of how both I think both DC and Marvel were trying to shell out too much all at once,
mm,
and without really seeing to the quality of each installment.
mm,
And
yeah.
so yeah, I mean, as I think every good story that has heart to it, it doesn't matter what genre it's coming from, you know, people will watch it, people will enjoy it, and so I mean, James Gunn, I feel like he's started on the right track.
Mm.
I mean, I can't say that I'm all that drawn to watching Supergirl. I might, but
uh,
I mean, I say for 2026, the movie, you can kind of call this, call it semi superhero. The movie that has my attention the most is the Masters of the Universe movie that's coming out. He
oh, that
Man,
comes out 2026.
yes,
Oh, I thought it came out 2027. I'm actually excited for that one. I'm
yes,
very interested.
yes. So that
Interesting.
I mean, I can only do so much going to the theater. How
Yeah.
expensive it is. In fact, I mean, my work they've got a rewards program that I can put towards gift cards for movies, and
Hmm.
pretty much every movie I've seen for like the last 4 years has been that way.
Oh wow, nice. Yeah, I'm not. And 2025 is actually the this year. I've been to the movies more this year than the past ever. Like I literally this entire year, my sister and I went to the movies like either every month or every other month. Because a lot of movies came out this year actually piqued our interest, and it actually started around April when we started like this tradition. We kind of called it now because we went to movies every other month or every month after April.
Hmm.
Because like literally April we saw Sinners,
Okay.
and then May we saw another movie. I think it was Lilo and Stitch, or something. I don't know. And then that was a movie in June. I was in Indianapolis when in July when I saw Superman, and in August I saw The Running Man. No wait, I lose time. I lose the timeline. But either way, I saw The Running Man. September, I don't remember. I, but I know we went to the movies. And then November was we went to see three. We went to the movies three times in November. We saw Wicked for Good, Predators, Badland, and Zootopia 2.
I need to
And
get caught up on. I mean, I got so much of that on Disney Plus that I need to actually get caught up on that. I haven't seen it yet.
yeah, I was like, dude, it was like we both looked at it. This is the most we have ever been to the movies in a while that we even had interest in going to the movies.
Right.
And so we kind of like made a joke. I'm like, you want to make this our tradition if they have like really good movies come out in a year, we can just go like every month or every other month. We
Right.
just see a movie. I was like, that depends on Hollywood if they have something we have interest in. So that's the question. If it's something interesting you want to see, we'll check it out.
I mean,
Next on my list is Five Nights at Freddy 2 and Avatar, Fire and Ash. Um, and yeah, so yeah. What you about to say?
uh, uh, I only yeah. Truthfully, yeah, I made it to the theater for Superman. That's it, and
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
I use Disney Plus to watch Thunderbolts
Mm,
and uh,
same.
Fantastic Four.
I saw that one. That's the one. I saw that one in theaters. I saw Fantastic Four in theaters. That's the one. They came out this past July, I believe.
Okay.
So
I know I saw some DVDs that I borrowed from the library. I just can't name them all
yeah.
offhand.
Gotcha.
But I mean, I can remember it was like 2001 and 2002. I probably went to the theater maybe 20 times each of those years. And
Wow.
yeah, yeah. Since then, I'm lucky to make it maybe two, maybe. Since then, there may have been a year or two where I went to see three,
Mm.
but that's about it.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, that's fair. I was like, people saying the theater is dying out. I was like, it's not dying. I'm like, and it's something like that. Netflix is killing the movie industry, and some, especially since they bought assets of Warner Brothers Discovery and everything.
Yeah, we'll see
I
what
was
comes.
like, Netflix ain't killing nothing. It's really the prices that's killing something.
Right, and I mean, I and maybe I wish I could say just what I'm reading and everything that's giving me the vibes that people
Mm-hmm.
are starting to think. I think more people are gonna are talking like 2026. We're gonna try to make the theater more often.
Mm-hmm.
It feels that way.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm gonna be honest. I love the theater experience. Cause I'm like, I just like, but also I like streaming too because sometimes I don't feel like going out. I was like, I don't hate streaming, but also I don't want everything to be streaming only because I'm a physical media person.
So
So
I am,
uh,
I'm half and half.
yeah,
I
but
still have quite a DVD
I
collection.
yeah, I have a huge DVD collection. I got to update. I have to update it and buy some more DVDs. But yeah, I was like, then like, I don't the theater industry. I don't think it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Right?
Um, especially with this Netflix buying Warner Brothers stuff. I was like, we still can enjoy the theater if you want to. But it's really up to you if you want to go buy a ticket to your theater, to your local theater.
Yeah.
I was like, gracefully, my theater that we go to here, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. So I was able to go 3 times in a month.
Well, that's the irony.
um, but
I mean, I tell you that I managed to get gift cards through my work, and who
mm,
knows? Maybe this is what's keeping this particular theater chain alive. Uh,
right,
um, AMC, and because they appear to be the most expensive when it comes to tickets. But if I'm using gift cards that I can get in there, I'm still getting in cheaper than
right,
those other theaters.
right. When I was in Indianapolis, it wasn't as expensive as I thought it was when I went to see Superman, especially in IMAX. That
Right.
was my first time at AMC theater. And I hear about people talking about how expensive it is. I'm like, when I bought my stuff, it wasn't as expensive. But then again, I remember I became a member, so
Right.
I think I struck a deal by accident without noticing. I struck a deal.
Hmm.
But yeah, but I really that was my first time seeing a movie in IMAX, and
Oh.
that was actually really fun seeing Superman in IMAX. Especially, I am very much a visual learner, and like seeing like camera angles,
Hmm.
man, I freaking love that. And I also someday want to be a director myself.
Ooh, ambitious. That's awesome.
Yeah. And so that's also why I love watching movies and especially in theater because I love how they do camera angles. So
Right.
I'm watching the movie, but I'm also studying how they do certain shots. And so that's piqued my interest. Like I want to grow from a writer to being a producer and also to be a director. And I am very much a goal driven person, and I'm going to fulfill those goals, and I'm not going to stop because I love storytelling and I want to grow my storytelling in different aspects, from comics to animations to potential live actions like TV shows and movies. So yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty much staying with I'm pretty much staying with a writer, being a writer.
Mm.
And I mean, if somehow this property, why don't I show you? Let's see, there, that's what he looks like. If
Ooh,
everybody,
that is awesome.
yeah,
That is freaking awesome.
Tiago Pereira dos Santos drew that.
I can actually zoom you in, dude.
Oh,
That is awesome.
thank you. But
Wow.
I mean, it it may well be the pipe dream of there being movies of him. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as I can possibly go with him, man, I mean, if somehow that pipe dream is realized, that it becomes a movie, then I'll I dare say I'll be a producer, a writer, and a producer, but uh, I can't see myself being a director.
Yeah, that's understandable because I see myself as being a director because I love cameras. I love studying the camera, and I am very much behind the scenes person. And I just love to any form of art. I just really enjoy, and I've also been inspired like directors by like Steven Spielberg or like George Lucas, and like learning their story
Right,
and how they got into it. That's also like inspired me how they became from writers to producers to directors. So that's kind of like how my path I want to go.
right,
Like I want to do all three
right.
and just produce my own stuff and heck and potentially open up jobs for people to help them out too.
Absolutely.
And that's why I started my uh publishing company, and that's why I want to grow my publishing company into doing more and potentially helping more creatives get into the industry and share their stories. And it's always been my passion, wanting to inspire people and just to help other people.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows if I can actually make a publishing
Merry
company.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Ruin Tree Drawings. But I mean, who knows what I'll have to do as far as keeping the thing going. But here's the imprint uh, label that I've given myself. It's
Ben Peak.
Ben Peak,
Nice. Dude, I
and
really love the moon art on it. It really stands out. That's beautiful.
and the Ben Peak. You might say it's like um, right there, right in that direction. It's behind me. The mountain is it's called Mount Ben Lomond,
Oh,
and
okay.
we here in Ogden, we have a Ogden, Utah. We've got a lot of pride in that because I go to Ben Lomond Dentistry. There's
Mm,
bowling alley, Ben Lomond Lanes, and everything like that.
mm.
And who knows how much this might have to do with that, but W. Hodgkinson, he was the one who founded Paramount Theaters that merged with
Mm.
production companies and became the Paramount Studios.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But he grew up around here. He lived around here, and he started that theater chain that merged here.
Wow.
So that's kind of the basis that the original Paramount logo was based on that mountain.
Dude, that is freaking cool. I never knew that.
Yeah, it's legendary. We
Huh.
can't say absolutely that's the truth, but yeah, we have
Right. Okay.
credibility to it.
Dude, it's still freaking cool though.
Yeah,
It's still
and
pretty cool.
all the more reason to make it the mountain for my imprint emblem.
Dude, that's fantastic. Man. We're coming up at time. But before we hop off, where could we find you on social and we can follow you and your updates on your stuff?
Absolutely, my YouTube channel is KC the Sledge Storyteller. Uh, I have Facebook. It's under Ben Peak, Ben Peak Comics, and I'm Casey the Sledge Storyteller on Instagram. And my comics, that's indieplanet.com/sledge. I don't know if you can share that in our chat.
You can you send me the link in,
Uh, yeah.
in private chat right quick?
So, where was our chat? Did I spell it right? I didn't. Or autocorrect did something. There. Put that. That's in our chat. Well, that's in our. That's a DM.
Gotcha.
The DM we've been. Yeah, you shared the link in.
Yep, got it. Let me go ahead and put this in the chat.
But yeah, I am working on sledge number 4 now.
Number four, go.
We got 8 more pages to complete. Some are there are two that are just in the coloring stage.
Oh,
So
okay, okay, okay.
so I think within the next within a month or two there'll be three. We'll have three nailed down. That will leave five. So we're chugging along,
Beautiful.
and yeah, we're looking forward to getting that out.
Heck yeah, dude.
But that has all three of my titles down, and once that fourth is in, it will be under that as well.
Man. Let me get this link up right quick. All right. Copy and paste. There it is. All right.
Thank you.
Here's the link. indieplanet.com/ledge. You can follow my friend Kerry Chugg on there and check out his books. And it looks, I just looked at it. It looks freaking fantastic, by the way. Uh, and this we can actually buy books here at the website, right?
At the I'm sorry. What about the website?
So we can actually buy your book on the website, right?
I pretty much everywhere I have
Okay,
presence,
good.
I've got the link.
Gotcha. Awesome. That's freaking awesome, dude. And I am Kevin Davis. You can find me on Instagram. I am Kevin Davis Official. And my business tags are in my Instagram. I am on Facebook at I am Kevin Davis CEO. And YouTube at Kevirsyle Entertainment. And here at Kevirsyle Network at the Madness Entertainment Group. And Kerry Chugg, it's a pleasure to finally get to meet you. Thank you
Likewise.
for so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And definitely gonna check out your stuff. And I hope everyone who watches this episode check out Mr. Kerry Chugg, and let's support indie. Let's support his comics,
Thank you.
and and support the Madness Network, and because we're all a bit mad sometimes. And
Absolutely.
also, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you, my friend, and Happy New Year to y'all beautiful people. And I will see you next time on the Kevirsyle Network.
Merry Christmas.
If you missed the live viewing of any Madness Entertainment Group production, you can find all our content on Roku or as a member of this channel. We'll see you next time on the Madness Entertainment Group.